since 1948. The National Wrestling Alliance has historically been the largest sanctioning body in professional wrestling.
A little birdie told me that the SAW International Heavyweight Champion, Bordell Walker, did not sign his contract with SAW. So what that means is, with Chris Michaels being the #1 contender, I should be the new International Heavyweight Champion.
Unbelievable as you see. Mountain again, they're looking.
What tag team cooperation is this? Wait a minute. Nick,
Wait a schoolboy attempting a roll up and
it counts, Jason James. It counts.
10 punches of doom from the top rope. Oh, wait a minute. Here, see Miss Brody with a choke slam.
What power from the big man.
The choke slam's gonna be enough. Gotta be.
And there's a 3 count.
Wait a minute. Eric Andrews with a loaded fist. Had that chain wrapped around the head. I don't know if you saw it, Nitrous. He had that steel chain wrapped around the head.
Something. I don't know what it was, Jason James. Did you
Wait a minute. Look, you cannot tell me this is the way. Oh! Reno Riggins just pulled the referee.
Did you see that?
Reno Riggins just pulled the.
That's what. Wait a minute. Wolfie D's got him up. He's calling for it, Jason James.
He nails it. Wolfie D hits it. Hit a 10-2. That's gonna do it, Nick Nitrous.
Can you believe the action?
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to NWA Southern All-Star Wrestling. Jason James, Nick Nitrous coming at you from ringside. And Nick, we are closing out 2012 with a bang. We're ready to kick it off high gear for 2013.
Sawmill fans, Happy New Year! There's a lot of resolutions going down in the back with all the guys trying to make names for 2013 right here at the Sawmill. Jason James.
And speaking of trying to make a name, we saw a man debut here 2 weeks ago that tried to make his name on behalf of the Southern Heavyweight Champion Wolfie D. The King, Shane Williams, returns tonight to the Sawmill.
Well, you know the King, Shane Williams, come out here and attack Wolfie D, our Southern Heavyweight Champion. That's no way to get to the throne here at Sawmill, Jason James.
Shane Williams in the house. And not only that, guess what, Nick Nitrous? The 2 big brutes are in the house as well. Back this week, the return of the man they call Hammerjack.
That's right. Hammerjack, Josephus Brody are set to take on opposite matches, but both of them are claiming to be the big dog. You seen what happened last time. It could be some real chaos tonight at Saw.
They're not scheduled to face each other. Don't think that's going to keep these 2 big men apart, to say the least. But all that and so much more. Nick Nitrous, I hear we're kicking it off hot. Tag team action ready to go. We have your Southern Tag Team Champions standing by. And now wait a minute.
What is this?
Well,
2 weeks in a row.
well, we had your Southern Tag Champions standing by, and
2 weeks in a row, Jason James.
now we see that Chris Michaels and his entourage, and Chris, this is 2 weeks in a row now. You've tried to hijack the start of the broadcast, and I see you've increased your click here by another number.
What do you mean try to hijack? We did hijack
the opening segment last week, and we just did it again this week. Apparently, nobody is taking us very seriously around here, including one Reno Riggins. Just like I said last week, the Saw International Heavyweight Champion, Vordell Walker, has yet to re-sign his contract with Saw. Therefore, Reno Riggins needs to get off his fat and walk out here and hand yours truly, Chris Michaels, the Saw International Heavyweight title. And if he doesn't, my lawyer, my man right here, Victor Glorious, is going to start making people get broke around here.
Last week, Victor promised delivery, and I delivered. I have sent Reno Riggins, certified male, and we will have an answer for that International Heavyweight Championship belt tonight, right here on tonight's program. Because Victor Glorious takes care of business.
Well, what is your business with Eric Andrews, and who is this Jezebel you got out here?
Don't you worry about who she is.
Me and Chris, it's known that me and him a lot of times didn't see eye to eye. But we have one common goal, and that is for Reno Riggins to do his job. Last week, I should have been the new heavyweight champion. If it wasn't for Reno Riggins sticking his nose into my match, I would be the new champion. So I just got some little advice for Reno Riggins, and that is, after you give Chris Michaels the International Heavyweight title, you need to look in the mirror, you need to look at yourself, and you need to fire yourself, because you are a person at the position you do.
Chris, once again, I'm going to say, you need to take this up with Reno Riggins, but this is not the time or the place, Chris. We've got a tag team match scheduled, and you guys are ruining. You guys, we got a match we got to get to.
Oh, man! The Southern Tag Team Champions, TLOU!
Well, once again, I don't understand Chris Michaels and his entourage coming out here.
What is going on? 2 weeks in a row, he's interrupted the opening of this show like he is somebody he's not. He's going to have to deal with Reno Riggins one way or another, Jason James.
Well, these two,
What do we got going on
like I
here?
said, these guys shouldn't even be out here, and they're interrupting the start of the broadcast. We're supposed to have tag team action to kick things off, and
What does Chris Michaels and Eric Andrews think they're doing out here to begin with,
I guess
Jason James?
they're doing whatever they please. They've made that obvious. And now words are being exchanged here from your Southern Tag Team Champions, Team IOU, Nick Iggy Carriaffle. They're not taking too kindly to having their tag team match interfered with.
Wait a minute, did Chris Michaels just push Nick Iggy?
Oh boy. Well,
Wait a minute, here comes security.
well, here we go.
Wait a minute, is that Mike Cersei? Is that Brewster? What do we got here, Jason
Well,
James?
we've got a little backup here to hopefully get this situation under control here so we can have our scheduled tag team contest. And thank goodness for these guys getting Chris Michaels. And we still, who is that woman with Chris Michaels? That is yet to be explained.
I don't know, but they're bringing people out of the woodworks, Jason.
Jason, I'm tired of this crap. This is 2 weeks in a row, Chris Michaels and Eric Andrews. You've come out here, interrupted the broadcast. We're not going to put up with it anymore. You know what? Oh, you think so? Well, I got a little news for you. Tonight, in the TV main event, there will be a tag team match between you two and,
Now listen to the crowd after the announcement Cersei just made, making a huge main event. Oh, wow, Jason James, wow, what a huge main event.
What a way to throw your weight around.
Good evening, folks. Adrian Longoria for SAW Wrestling with a special announcement tonight. Join us for a special event, NWA Top Rope Wrestling, taking place Saturday, January 5th, 7:30 p.m. at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, Turner Evans Building. You'll see superstars like Eric Andrews taking on Alan Shepard, plus Dyron Flynn versus Kerry Offel. Chris Michaels also join us January 26th at the Walter J. Baird Middle School fundraiser wrestling event. You'll see some of the big names and superstars like the Boogie Woogie Boy, Eric Andrews, Chris Michaels, Kerry Offel, Dyron Flynn, and The Asylum. Don't miss it.
Wow, wow, wow. Vegas boy himself, Jimmy Street. Last week, the Untouchables. This week, Crybaby Dyron Flynn.
Whoa. Get your facts straight. Dyron Flynn has been with Jimmy Street from day one.
We know you out of Vegas. What do you got to say? Last week was a letdown.
Well, I got to say this, Nick Nitros. I'm thinking, my man Dyron, we've ridden the roads, thousands of miles.
That's a
From
fact.
Boston to Austin, all around.
Sold
this
them
man's
out.
going to put me
Sold
in the
them
win
out.
column. Justin Granberry, we've heard a lot about you and your ego. We know you got a real fat head. So we're going to deflate that tonight. I'm thinking the odds are in the favor of Jimmy Street tonight.
Well, we'll soon see right here, Jimmy Street. Last week, Untouchables. This week, Dyron Flynn.
And don't call him a crybaby.
We are back here on NWA Southern All-Star Wrestling, and Nick, my goodness, after the way that first segment started, we almost got hijacked. Well, we did get hijacked again by the headliner, Chris Michaels.
2 weeks in a row, Jason James. 2 weeks in a row.
And his entourage, but finally we have things under control, and your opening contest in the ring, Justin Granberry one-on-one with Dyron Flynn, and Dyron's being represented here by Jimmy Street. Apparently, Jimmy Street didn't have too much good luck last week with the Untouchables. He decided to change his route a little bit.
Looks like he went from tag teams to single competition right here. He's just looking for a win. He's 0-1 in the loss column right here at Saw Wrestling. Jason James
trying to put that first victory in his managerial scatter, and Jimmy Street, I'm telling you, this guy is something to look forward to, because anytime he's involved with a contest, I can guarantee you it's not going to be clean.
Well, anytime you're a high roller out of Vegas and you're throwing around cash like this man is, something good bound to happen sooner or later. But it don't look like nothing's good is happening here at Dyron Flynn. It's Justin Granberry putting on a clinic.
Well, we saw Granberry last week on the broadcast come up just slightly short against the headliner, Chris Michaels. An impressive showing here at SAW. A little bit more sizably matched here in this contest with Dyron Flynn. Going to be able to see what he can really get done inside the ring here for Southern All-Star Wrestling.
Well, what a match it's already coming to be. We started the show as hot as you can get. It's been an all-out war just getting started right here at Sawmill. The fans are still coming in tonight, Jason James.
And Dyron Flynn now drops that ugly knee right across the face of Justin Granberry and follows up penitent tear down, lateral press, and only a 2 count. And Dyron Flynn, nothing pretty to look at, this man, that's for sure.
Sure ain't. Been floating around the Sawmills, held a few titles, awful mean character, and now he's hooked up with this Jimmy Street. Looks like he's got a little money to back him. I tell you what, you never know what's going to come out of that curtain at Sawmill.
You see that uppercut now to the back of the neck of Justin Granberry. Goes for that suplex now, just lays him right out flat. An attempt, and you see the lackadaisical pin there, only a 1 count. Very nonchalant pin from Dyron Flynn. I'm a poet and didn't know it, Nick.
I tell you what, Jason James, the end of 2012 and the start of 2013.
Well, the past few weeks here in Southern All-Star Wrestling has really given this company a resurgence, so to speak. It's going to be great to see what we've got in store for all the fans, all the viewers watching at home in 2013. Out with the old, in with the new is what they say. That's exactly what's happening right now in Southern All-Star Wrestling.
You got that right, Jason James. Out with the... Oh, wait a minute.
And that's enough to cause a distraction from Jimmy Street on the outside.
Once again, the lack of cover
And now he's going to hook a leg as Dyron Flynn tries to get it. Other than a 2 count. Jason James, a 2 count.
And it was made at the start of the broadcast, your main event tonight. Southern Tag Team Champions Nick Iggy, Kerry Awful, team up to do battle with Chris Michaels and Eric Andrews. Those two teaming for the first time here in SAW. Going to be an impressive tag team bout, to say the least. Your main event scheduled for the broadcast.
Unbelievable action right here. Jason James set for a real knuckle buster for the
Dyron Flynn just shoves that knee right in the face once more of Justin Granberry.
And here's Dyron Flynn going to the second rope, calling for an elbow. Cranberry out of the way just in time.
And that doesn't sit too well with Jimmy Street, who, like we said, trying to get some new talent acquisitions, trying to get a win here in Southern All-Star Wrestling. Don't know if that's going to happen tonight, as Dyron Flynn one-on-one with Granberry. Oh, Granberry now catches Flynn right with that clothesline.
Big, powerful clothesline by Cranberry. Back elbow taking Dyron Flynn completely off his feet.
Still yet to come in the broadcast, folks. We got the debut of one Johnny Moore and a sizable opponent to debut against Big Josephus Brody.
I wouldn't want to be in Moore's shoes debuting here tonight. Brody is a mammoth of a man.
Also, a little bit later, we are going to hear from the man who 2 weeks ago attacked your Southern Heavyweight Champion, Wolfie D, left him lying in the middle of the ring due to that devastating pile driver. King Shane Williams on the broadcast a little bit later tonight. Going to be interesting to see what he has to say, how he's going to explain his actions from 2 weeks ago.
Talking, he's a king, he's on a throne. Only thing I've seen him do is backstab and jump from behind and run when it got hot in the kitchen.
And now Dyron Flynn looking a little worse for the wear, a little frustrated here that he hasn't been able to put Granberry away in this competition. And now Pillagent, hook of the leg, and then
there it is, Jason James, 3 count.
With a maneuver I've never seen from Granberry before, gets the win over Dyron Flynn, and once again Jimmy Street not happy.
Not happy is Jimmy Street. I'll try to catch a word with him. I believe in our count. That's 0-2.
Log on to SouthernAllStar.com.
Adrian Longoria for SAW, and it's a very, very big honor and privilege for me to introduce to you the CEO of Showtime All-Star Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, Reno Riggins. Good evening, Reno.
Good evening, Adrian. First off, my phone has been ringing off the hook. My email is full. My voicemail is full. Everyone has been asking me what has been going on with Showtime All-Star Wrestling. Fans have been watching TV. They've seen a new format, and there's some unanswered questions out there, and I'm going to do my best to answer these questions. Originally, this year has been a very tough year. We've gone through different management. We've got a new GM at the helm, steering the ship, if you will. And we're going to be taping all of our broadcasts from the Sawmill, the original Sawmill. This building was intended for professional wrestling. It was my job as a television producer to bring it to the fans, to the masses on television. I've worked out an agreement with promoter TJ Weatherby. We feel like it's a very lucrative deal for both sides. It's not just one-sided. And also, to sweeten the pot, we've added the National Wrestling Alliance. Promoter Mike Searcy, longstanding board member of the NWA, came on board with us as well. And we feel like with the 3 leaders, if you will, of Nashville wrestling, that we're going to be able to take the local wrestling and make it a national name once again, followed with the NWA being as strong as it is for the last 50 years or so. Some of the greatest names in all of professional wrestling have held the titles in the NWA. our goal is to bring back wrestling to the fans the way it was intended to be from the very start. I mean, yeah, sometimes when you watch wrestling on TV, you see all the fancy lights, you see all the fireworks, you see guys with bodies like Greek Adonises, but they're all show and no go. We wrestle. NWA. We wrestle. When I was first trained by Tojo Yamamoto, I signed up not to be a showman, but to be a wrestler. And that's what I instill and try to instill with all the wrestlers here at Showtime All-Star Wrestling, Southern All-Star Wrestling, and the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, hopefully that answers or sheds a little bit of light on what we're doing, where we're going. Now, the issue with Chris Michaels, Vordell Walker, there's been a lot of rumor, a lot of innuendo out there. I'm not really at liberty to say at this time what his contract status is. But Chris Michaels, next week's broadcast, I will tell you what will be happening with your future at Showtime All-Star Wrestling. Your actions are less deserving of a title shot than anyone that I have seen over the last decade. So you worried about getting an international title shot with Vordell Walker or whoever, you need to clean up your act, big boy. New game, new sheriff in town. As far as Eric the Dragon Andrews goes, Eric, I will have my eyes on you tonight at ringside in this impromptu match. I spoke with NWA promoter Mike Searcy, who's on the board here. Ladies and gentlemen, just to let everyone at home know, in order to have an impromptu match of this magnitude, the titles will not be on the line. We cannot get our attorneys down here to the TV studios to sign the papers so that we can have a title match. So therefore, this will be a non-title match. So pretty much, hopefully that sheds a little light on what the situation here is at Showtime All-Star Wrestling, Southern All-Star Wrestling, and the National Wrestling Alliance. Chris Michaels, Eric Andrews, you better lace them up because there's a couple of hungry bucks out there. They may just clean your clocks tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the man himself, Reno Riggins. This is SAW. Good evening, folks. Adrian Longoria for SAW Wrestling with a special announcement tonight. Join us for a special event, NWA Top Rope Wrestling, taking place Saturday, January 5th, 7:30 p.m. at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, Turner Evans Building. You'll see superstars like Eric Andrews taking on Alan Shepard, plus Dyron Flynn versus Kerry Offel. Chris Michaels also join us January 26th at the Walter J. Baird Middle School fundraiser wrestling event. You'll see some of the big names and superstars like the Boogie Woogie Boy, Eric Andrews, Chris Michaels, Kerry Offel, Dyron Flynn, and The Asylum. Don't miss it.
On to SouthernAllStar.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Longoria for SAW. Tonight, Commissioner Mike Searcy made a major announcement of an impromptu match with, yes, Chris Michaels, Eric Andrews taking on the current SAW Tag Team Champions, Team IOU. Gentlemen, are you ready for the challenge?
Are we ready? Really? You're going to ask me if we're ready. You've got the greatest and, by God, the sexiest man alive, and you have the headliner. Are we ready? Chris.
Reno Riggins, you abuse your power every week. Well, you may be able to keep Eric Andrews from becoming a Southern Heavyweight Champion, and you might keep Chris Michaels from becoming the International Heavyweight Champion, but this week, you are not going to keep us from becoming the SAW Tag Team Champions.
Gentlemen, I do apologize. I don't think you're aware of what Mr. Reno Riggins announced. This is not a title match.
What?
Not a title match? What are you talking about? Just like always, Reno Riggins. Well, let me tell you this. When Nick Iggy and that goofy moron Kerry Offel get in the ring with us tonight, their blood is on your hands.
Gentlemen, do not move a muscle. Ladies, stay right where you're at. More exciting action and, of course, chaos right here on SAW. Stay tuned.
Sawmill coming to the ring at this time, Josephus Brody.
on his opponent, Josephus
What a way
Brody.
to start in your debut right here at Saul.
I'm telling you, Nick, if I ever had a match, a debut match here in Southern All-Star Wrestling, I can tell you if I walked through the curtain and looked at my opponent and saw Josephus Brody, I'd quit on the spot.
On the spot, Jason James.
I may even quit before I walked through the curtain. I don't know.
And what's surprisingly, the fans behind Josephus Brody this week. Or maybe not.
Well, not going to get too much love from the fans here at the Sawmill as you see Josephus Brody still with that chain in the hand.
And this Johnny Moore, you say he's been around Jason James. Well, see if he can get around Josephus Brody.
Johnny Moore making a name for himself all over the Southern Independent Circuit, coming here to Southern All-Star Wrestling years. It's the best of the best here at the Sawmill in Millersville, and he's come to SAW for that reason and that reason only. It's Johnny Moore. I'm telling you, he's a quick kid, and that could play to his advantage. Obviously, Josephus has the size and the strength, but if Johnny Moore can out-quick this man, out-move him, out-maneuver him, that's not going to do it. You're not going to.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You're not going to out-power him, but you can sure try.
Oh, big shoulder tackle by Josephus about tore Johnny Moore's head off.
And now Johnny Moore rethinking his career in professional wrestling.
What is this? Big belly-to-back suplex by Josephus Brody. And Johnny Moore might need a little more time than what Josephus is out to give him tonight, Jason James.
Wait a minute, Josephus calling for that choke slam and lifts him up and sends him down, my goodness, with authority. That's going to do it. That's going to spell the end. And Josephus Brody with a victory here over Johnny Moore. The Saw Rewind right here.
What a choke slam, Jason James.
Look at the height as Johnny Moore slams to the mat. Spells the end. Josephus Brody victorious. Already been a great broadcast, folks. We'll be right back with more NWA
Jason James.
Southern All-Star Wrestling.
On to SouthernAllStar.com.
But you, my friend, have been a hot topic here in Southern All-Star Wrestling for the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, you attacked the Southern Heavyweight Champion, Wolfie D, from behind, delivered that devastating pile driver. How do you come off trying to end the career of the Southern Heavyweight Champion?
Well, the first thing I want to do is ask you, how does my hair look? And the second thing I want to do is apologize to everybody here in the Sawmill. I want to apologize because I was so wrong. Wrong about the belt. I was wrong about the belt. The belt is pure silver and will look perfect around my waist. Not Wolfie D. Forget that guy. What the Sawmill needs is a champion. Somebody they can be proud of. A champion fit like a king. Because Wolfie D, while you're at home right now, nursing that neck, talking about how you're going to come back here and show everybody how you're a true champion. How you don't hold anything to the king. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be the Southern Heavyweight Champion because I'm the king and you're not.
Hey!
Now, I'm going to do one thing just like I did before. I'm going to get in this ring and I'm going to challenge any sawmill loser, any generic reject, any derelict, or any peasant that wants to come out here and bow down and kiss my boot.
Give it up for Hammerjack!
Well, I don't know about a reject, as Shane Williams called him, but Hammerjack answers the open challenge from King Shane Williams, and this contest is already kicked off. And look at Hammerjack wasting no time, Shane Williams wasting no time. Nick Manchester got all out chaos in the ring.
It's been like this all night long. What do you think about this King Shane Williams calling out anybody in the back? Well, of course, you can't turn your back on a man like Hammerjack.
And as we were told earlier in the broadcast, stick around. Yet to come, your main event is going to be an incredible tag team matchup. Gary Awful and Nick Iggy, your Southern Tag Team champions, as they do battle with Chris Michaels and Eric Andrews.
Well, you heard what Mike Cersei said earlier. He said he's tired of it, and he booked these two immediately.
Pivot attempt now from King Shane Williams, but to no avail, only the 2 count.
And this King Shane Williams has got a lot of nerve coming in here and talking about royalty and Wolfie D, the champion. And if he's not careful, Hammerjack will just see to him tonight. Put him on the bishop aisle.
Absolutely, and also earlier, folks, we had words from Reno Riggins, who has announced that he will deliver answers to Chris Michaels regarding the contract status of Wardell Walker, your SAW International Champion, but he says he's going to do it on his terms next week in the middle of the ring right here at the Sawmill.
That's what I heard, Jason James. Next week.
I know, because I told you.
That's it. Don't miss next week.
Going to be crazy to say the least. And also Southern Heavyweight Champion Wolfie D will return next week. And Shane Williams now.
Huge DDT by Shane Williams.
Drops Hammerjack right on his skull. Shane Williams goes up now, and we've seen this before. We're going to drop that patented fist.
And lands with that high, powerful fist. His arrogance here, he should have capitalized right there on Hammerjack and didn't take notice of it. You don't take Hammerjack lightly, Jason James.
And now Shane Williams now attempting that pile driver. We saw it 2 weeks ago on Wolfie D, and now going to attempt that pile driver on Hammerjack, but to no avail. High back body drop from Hammerjack, and that's why you can't turn your back on Hammerjack.
Hammerjack powering out. Right at the last minute, he's back to his feet. Big right hand, Jason James. Little turnbuckle action.
Boot now to the midsection by Shane Williams. Dug in the clothesline. Hammerjack returns the boot of his own, and you see that thrust right to the throat. Clothesline. And now Hammerjack grabs Shane. Suplex now delivered to the King.
Hammerjack taking it straight to Shane Williams. Big clothesline, about tore his head off, Jason James.
Well, Shane Williams flipped inside and out at the hands of Hammerjack. Body slam now delivered. Shane Williams planted directly in the center of the ring. Clothesline now from Hammerjack, and you see Shane Williams to the outside.
Straight power from Hammerjack. What is Shane Williams doing?
Well, wait a minute, Shane Williams.
Wait a minute.
Well, he was heading to the back. He was heading to the back, but Josephus Brody now. Wait a minute. Brody and Hammerjack going to fisticuffs here at the.
Here comes ringside. They're trying to break him up, Jason James.
Well, the referee's still counting. We haven't had a bell here.
What is this? Shane Williams is leaving. Brody interferes, comes down. Wait a minute.
Well, it looks as if the referee didn't want to discuss to throw the match out due to disqualification. However, Hammerjack has been counted out.
Was that a count out, Jason James?
That's what it was. Counted to 10, and your winner by count out is the King Shane Williams. told you cannot hold these two men apart.
You know what they say, you can't take the heat, you better get out of the kitchen.
Well, folks, we're going to take another quick commercial break. We will be back with more NWA Southern All-Star Wrestling, your main event, when we return.
On to SouthernAllStar.com.
Sawmill. Coming to the ring by Victor Man Glorious, the team of Chris Michaels and Eric the Dragon Andrews. Put your hands together for the Southern Tag Team Champions, Nick Eady, Terry Ogle, Team I-O-U-O-O-O-O.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please do me the honor of welcoming Mr. Reno Riggins. Well, when the boss shows up, definitely it's for a good purpose, and I understand Reno is going to be sitting at this matchup ringside to make sure no shenanigans.
A lot of evaluation time right here from the man himself, Reno Riggins.
Well, I understand both of these men have been complaining about title shots, either for the International Heavyweight Championship, the Southern Heavyweight Championship, and now Reno has come to evaluate the talent level of Chris Michaels and Eric Andrews to see if they're deserving of exactly that.
You see the man himself right here tonight answering questions that need to be answered. That's what a boss does, Jason James, and that's what Reno Riggins is here to do tonight.
Speaking of answering questions, we do understand now that the young lady who has accompanied this team at ringside, Tasha Simone, I'm being told that is the lovely lady's name, and apparently she calls herself the manager of champions. She's got some pretty good credentials. We had some skinny on her during the commercial break, and this lady is no joke.
Really? Well, you know, I've heard the name Tasha Simone, and here you see her making a debut with Michaels and Andrews. She's already hooked up with that clan, so we'll see how that works out, Jason James.
Cannot be good. It's your main event in the ring. Tag team action, Southern Tag Team Champions, Nick Eady, Terry Ogle, doing battle with Chris Michaels and Eric Andrews. This matchup made earlier due to the chaos at the start of the broadcast. Second week in a row that Chris Michaels has tried to hijack our product, and there's no explaining the action of Chris Michaels.
Running roughshod the way he has brought attention to the board, and the board is here tonight as Reno Riggins looks on from ringside with an eagle eye, I tell you, Jason James.
And the armor now from Chris Michaels, reversed from Terry Ogle.
As you see over here, you got Victor Van Glorious declaring he's taking care of business. Now this Tasha Simone, what they need to be looking at is Team IOU, our Southern Tag Team Champs, Jason James.
Well, they are your tag team champions for a reason. These two are very impressive when it comes to tag team wrestling at such a young age that they are. And You know, Chris Michaels, the veteran in the ring, and I believe this is the first time we've seen him actually tag with Eric Andrews here on the broadcast, so that's going to be interesting to see how these two cope.
Two single competitors working.
Well, not only that, but two egos the size of theirs, too.
Rick Hickey with the high leapfrog, taking Chris Michaels down the mat, working that arm.
And you see Michaels right there, and that's that veteran instinct. Turn your back, position the referee where he can't see you. Open opportunity, grab that handful of hair, but you see Rick Hickey once again capitalizes on Eric the Dragon Andrews. Arm winger, arm bar once again applied. You can see the distress here from Tasha Simone as she cheers on her team from ringside.
On to SouthernAllStar.com.
This clique, so to speak, of Chris Michaels, like we said, growing member by member each week. He's already the addition of Victor Van Glorious, his attorney, who I understand is a big part in this SAW International title picture. I don't know how the legalities lie there, but nonetheless, this man is pushing every envelope he's got.
He said that he served legal paper to Reno Riggins, and you know the next Friday night we'll hear the reply from that.
Absolutely, we understand next week on the broadcast. Reno Riggins said he was going to do it on his own time in the middle of the ring. He will give Chris Michaels the answers that he's looking for, the answers that everyone here in SAW are looking for regarding Vordell Walker, regarding the International Championship. But like he said, it's going to be done on his time when he says so. We're going to find out next week right here on SAW.
You're exactly right, Jason James. The action gets hotter and hotter each week right here from the Sawmill Southern All-Star Wrestling. As this Tasha Simone looks on, every chance she gets, she's pushing at the ropes. You know, you said you got a little research on her, Jason James.
She's dirty, to say the least, Nick. And now Eric Andrews, those right hands, right fists right into the head of Nick Iggy.
What a right hand action coming to you live from the Sawmill. Huge Irish rip.
Unrelentless assault from Eric Andrews on the one half of your Southern Tag Team Champions. Into the buckle, but Iggy out of the way, and once again with the arm drag into the arm bar. Also earlier we saw that situation with Josephus Brody, a hammerjack really coming to a head here tonight, and that really caused a distraction. Shane Williams able to get a victory by count out here in Millersville, but can't wait to see where this goes next week between those two big dudes. Josephus Brody, hammerjack, bound to be a brawl.
Both men claiming to be the big dogs on the porch, and you know there ain't no room for one big dog right here in the Sawmill.
And now Kerry off against the tag, comes in. Eric Andrews still way of the worst here. Like I said, these two guys, to be as young as they are and as new in the business as they are, very good at making tags, keeping fresh guy in, very good at isolating the opponent that they have in the ring, and that's good. Wait a minute now! As we see Tasha Simone from the outside hook the leg and cause the distraction there. And boy, she sure looks innocent, don't she? You gotta know Reno Riggins wrote that one down. Absolutely. And now Chris Michaels takes control of this tag team matchup. Your main event in the ring, Southern Tag Team Champions. Team IOU, Team IOU, Nick Iggy, and Kerry Offel against the headliner, Chris Michaels and Eric the Dragon Andrews.
Big clothesline by Chris Michaels, taking Kerry Offel completely off his feet. As Reno Riggins looks on from ringside. Wait a minute. Looks like he's having a word with Tasha Simone, Jason James.
Well, like I said, you know he saw that. Wait a minute!
Did he?
Wait a minute!
He just ejected. Reno Riggins
is flowing! Reno Riggins looks just. Hey, wait a minute now! Eric Andrews now pulling something out of his tights here. Reno Riggins had just thrown awful. That bandana allowing for the choke.
Blatant double team right there, Jason James. As Reno was throwing Tasha Simone completely out of the arena.
Tagging out Eric the Dragon Andrews comes in. Kerry Awful needs to get a tag here to make Iggy. Your Southern Tag Team Champions are looking.
As Chris Michael had a few words to shout at Reno from ringside.
Impressive submission maneuver locked in now from Eric the Dragon Andrews. That's the thing this guy can pull out of his arsenal. Some things that I've seen that he can do. He's got so many submission maneuvers, so many ways to twist you up and tie you up. Make it feel just like a pretzel. This guy has really upped his submission game in the past couple of years, I can tell you that much.
On to SouthernAllStar.com.
Coming in, NWA Southern All-Star Wrestling, this tag team matchup continues. This is your main event, Nick Nitro.
And the action's been hot all night. Reno Riggins is live at ringside. You've seen the action heat up right here at the Sawmill.
Well, Reno Riggins has already been effective out here. He's already thrown Tasha Simone out of this contest, so that's a good thing that we got to look forward to. No more of her out here.
Big double team on Kerry Awful.
And now Chris Michaels does the work. Once again, Kerry Awful needs to get that tag to Nick Iggy. Get the fresh man inside the ring. This man has taken a beating this entire tag team contest. But they are your tag team champions.
Yes, they are. And they've been in a fight right here tonight. Barn burner, knuckle brawler. What a main event right here at Sawmill.
And Michaels now tries again to shove that head of Kerry Awful into the turnbuckle, but it's blocked in return. One of his own from
What a vicious kick by Kerry Awful.
Followed up by a second one now, and you can hear that all the way over here, Nick.
Oh, a big kick to Chris Michaels' head, almost taking it completely off.
Irish whip now, and Michaels into the opposite buckle. In comes Kerry Awful, and once you know they'll know at home, Michaels out of the way. Once again, what a broadcast it's already been, folks. We understand that we will see next week the return of OPD. He returns here to Southern All-Star Wrestling, your Southern Heavyweight Champion, back on the broadcast next week. And then once again, Reno Riggins promises to deliver answers to these three, but wait a minute.
Iggy in on the ring of fire is Nick Iggy.
Nick Iggy into the ring, and like you said, taking out everything in his path. Hells Andrews, penitent here. 1, 2, and no.
Chris Michaels pushing Kerry Awful over the cover that Nick Iggy had going on Derek Andrews.
Well, we've got a four-way melee in the middle of the ring right now. This tag team action is...
And there goes Chris Michaels over the top rope. Jason James out to the floor.
Kerry Awful follows in with a swift kick, and we've got action on the inside of the ring. We've got action on... Wait a minute! Eric Andrews' feet on the ropes!
Reno Riggins pushing Eric Andrews' feet off the rope. Did you see that, Jason James?
And that's exactly why the man's out here, to make sure things like that do not take place. Wait a minute!
What we got here?
Come on! Schoolboy, 1, 2, and no! No, I thought he had it won!
What is Eric Andrews doing? Assaulting Reno Riggins.
Hey, wait a minute! Chris Michaels from behind with one of the tag team titles! You gotta be kidding me! And inadvertently, Reno Riggins causes a distraction here! And we don't! You gotta be kidding me!
What was that?
Well, once again,
That was a 3 count, was it not, Jason James?
by no intention, Reno Riggins inadvertently distracted the referee, which allowed Chris Michaels to come in from behind. You see it here with the Saw Rewind, that championship belt to the back of the head of Nick Iggy, and
Waiting to solo Reno Riggins, taking him away from the match. Chris Michaels with the belt from behind.
well, the challengers beat the champions in this non-title matchup.
Reno not meaning to, took the attention of the referee off the mat. Give Chris Michaels the time he needed. Sneaking there, blindside the match.
I can't believe it. 2012 is in the books. 2013 guaranteed to heat up that much more for NWA Southern All-Star Wrestling. We've got mass chaos, but Nick, we're out of time. We have to go. We'll see you right here next week